Well, sometimes the biggest diplomatic stories don't happen inside meeting rooms. They happen outside them. While world leaders sit across the table discussing war, peace, global security, the streets outside, it often tells us a very different story. And that's exactly what unfolded in Washington, D.C. Ladies and gentlemen, Israeli Prime Minister Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu, he was in the US for crucial talks with the US President. On paper, it looked like another high profile diplomatic visit. But outside the White House, emotions were running high. Hundreds of protesters gathered across Washington demanding accountability over the ongoing conflict in Gaza. What started as demonstrations on the streets soon moved much closer to the Israeli Prime Minister than anyone expected. According to the source material, protesters managed to enter the lobby of Four Seasons Hotel where Mr. Netanyahu was having dinner. Inside the hotel, they raised slogans demanding that the US authorities act on the arrest warrant issued by the International Criminal Court. Now, security agencies are trained to deal with those protests though, but when demonstrators reach the very place where a visiting head of government is staying, it immediately raises a lot of questions about security arrangement. Can you think about that for a moment? Washington is one of the most heavily protected capitals in the world. Every route, every moment, and every meeting involving foreign leader is planned in advance. Yet, despite these layers of security, protesters were able to reach the hotel lobby itself. That's big. And that is why this incident has attracted global attention. But the story is about much more than one protest. It reflects how deeply international conflicts are now influencing domestic politics in the US. According to source material, recent polling suggested that a growing number of Americans support enforcing international legal actions against visiting foreign leaders facing the ICC warrant. Whether one agrees or disagrees with that point of view, that is different. It clearly shows that foreign policy debates are no longer confined to diplomatic circles. They are now playing out on American streets, in universities, inside political campaigns, and even around visits by the global leaders for governments around the globe. This changes the security equation, you see. Diplomatic visits are no longer just about negotiations inside government buildings. They now include managing public opinion, large-scale protest, and growing political polarization. And when politics spills out of conference room and onto the streets, every future diplomatic visits, that becomes much more complicated. And yes, speaking of Mr. Netanyahu here, let's talk about a handshake.